Right, hey. I think we're live. I think we're live. I think we're live. Yeah, it looks like we're live on Facebook, Instagram, Clubhouse, all over the place. Super excited coming to you from New York City this morning. Man, I've been up since 3:20. I got up, I grabbed my hashtag Rise and Grind planner first thing this morning like I always do. And my man Kevin Stroh, he just hit me right in the just right at the morning. Just you know how you just pow. Sometimes it just hits you right in the gut, in the eyes, in the face, smack you, whatever words you want to use. What's up, Craig? Great to see you, bro. And so I just opened it up, and here's what it says. This is the quote. So every page of the hashtag Rise and Grind planner has a quote at the top submitted by an actual Rise and Grind member, right? And so today's quote was submitted by Kevin Stroh. Now, Kevin Stroh is one of my dealers in the 800% Club. He's also become a very dear friend of mine over the last couple years. And the quote just says simply this: to live is Christ, to die is gain. To live is Christ, to die is gain. I read those words this morning, and I just thought, man, that's strong, right? Like it's a little bit of a different perspective. So the perspective that we typically have, right, is that death is something to be feared, not something to be gained. When he says to live is Christ, it just makes me think like, yeah. Like really, what are we living for, right? So Christ to me, right? And we're not going to get religious. We don't ever get religious here. I want everyone to understand, if you've never spent any time with me before, I'm not a religious person at all. I'm a spiritual person indeed. And I am a firm believer in God, the God of the universe. And I found my spiritual enlightenment through studying the works of Jesus Christ, right? Like that's my path. I want you to be clear about that. But I do understand that other people reach their spiritual levels. They tap into their spiritual levels through other paths. So I'm not here to say that my path should be your path. I can't tell you your path. Here's what I can tell you though. When I read the words to live is Christ, it makes me think Christ-like, a servant attitude, an attitude of impact, an attitude of inspiration, to live in a way that you ultimately leave people better than they were when you found them, right? And so I read that this morning and I thought, man, am I doing that? Am I doing that? And I can say yes, in a lot of areas I'm doing that. Am I doing that? Am I doing that always? Is that the motivating drive in my life? I don't know. Maybe there's some areas of opportunity there. Maybe there's some areas of growth, right? But ultimately, to die is gain. When I read those words versus fearing death, I thought, man, that's a completely different take on death, right? To die is gain versus to fear. And that's really what we've been talking about all week here on hashtag Rise and Grind, is this kind of these limited beliefs, not limited, but the belief systems that we currently have, right? We look at things a certain way based on where our feet were planted, based on how we grew up, based on the cultures and the environments that we were around, right? That's how we accept our reality that exists around us, because everybody's reality is different, just so we're clear on that. So that's where it took me this morning. So I want to say thank you, Kevin, for creating that space for us to maybe look at things a little bit differently. Because that's what it's all about here on hashtag Rise and Grind, is we just want to open your eyes to the possibilities that maybe, just maybe, the current thoughts and belief systems that you have are not serving you. And there may be better ones out there that can help you step into the best version of yourself that you could possibly be. Let's go ahead and continue to dive in here today on hashtag Rise and Grind. Thanks for being here with me. Super excited. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? See, there's no excuse. There's no excuse not pushing yourself to the next level. In order for you, a new you, you must have a new. When teams come together, we can create things that are greater than the sum of all of their parts.
Good morning and welcome to Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to seven, and the creator of what is going to be the number one most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind. And grind.
That was totally the breast cancer intro. I guess we're not in October. That probably doesn't work. Good morning. How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Wednesday, aka CMA Day. That's right, Carter Myers Automotive Group. I always get to spend every Wednesday with them, which I'm super excited about. I get to see Scott Simons, Liza Myers Borges, and the rest of the crew over there at CMA. So today is Wednesday, CMA Day, July 28th, 2021. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Wednesday, July 28th, 2021. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most, of this absolutely incredible day. Fair enough? Can we do that? Can we make the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day? I'm coming to you live from New York City. And dude, I had this camera set up for you to get this amazing shot, but I can't get it to work right now. So I'm going to grab this little handheld one for those of you that are watching on Facebook. And those of you that aren't, if you want to go to official Glenn Lundy right now, the view that I have of New York City is insane, dude. It's insane. I've got the whole skyline over here. We got the sun coming up. It's absolutely beautiful. And I mean, just fantastic. Last night was mind-blowing to be able to see it. But being here in the city feels good. Haven't been here in New York City for a while, obviously, for multiple reasons. But it feels really great here. The energy is great. It's just let's go, right? New York City, are you kidding me? There's something electric about this place. And so I'm coming to you live from here. I am at the Breakfast with Champions Consortium, which is kicking off tonight. We have kind of a kickoff. The consortium itself is tomorrow. Tonight we do have a DJ party, so on and so forth. So super excited about that. And I would love for you to come join us. It is not too late if you want to come join us here in New York City. It's going to be spectacular. I'm just telling you, the energy is ridiculous in this place. So you're going to want to come check it out. But I am here for that and super excited about it. It's really exciting. Last night, I got to meet Sarah McCord and Rachel Weintraub. Got to meet them last night, and they're both just absolutely incredible humans. And then we ran into my friend Tara. Tara is here, and she is absolutely incredible. Tara Murney, she's on the stage right now. Absolutely incredible human. The energy around her is it's just unbelievable. It's absolutely fantastic. And I got to meet her friend Tanya too, which was great. Tara came all the way from Canada and had to work her way through the system. However you got to work the way, she's got to do all the things, but she's here, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. So I got to meet them. And then this venue here is insane. We're at the Borough, B-O-R-O. Yeah, we're at the Borough Hotel, and it's just a fantastic a venue. Like the venue is beautiful. My team is here, Brandon and Alex, and we're missing Jessica, but Brandon and Alex are here, and they're exploring the city already here this morning. We've got a photo shoot a little bit later today in the Manhattan area, which is kind of cool. Tonight, check this out. Hey, lean in. Wait. If you were kind of like ignoring what I was saying, check it out. Tonight, I will be on the field of the New York Mets, the Mets game. I'll be on the field while they do the national anthem. So my new friend MK, an incredible musician that is up and coming right now, he's going to be doing the national anthem at the Mets game, and they invited me to go out with him. So I get to walk out on the field and do the tunnel and all that stuff. So I'm going to be checking that out wherever you are in the world. If you can watch the Mets game tonight, you'll see your boy Glenn Lundy live on television, national television, at the game. So I'm kind of excited about that, right? Like that's a really cool thing that's happening in my world tonight. And so I wanted to share that as well. And after that, I'm going to be headed to this after party that's going on here. I'm just going to give you guys a shot of the skyline back there. The after party that's going on here. And so anyways, I got a big few days ahead, and I'm really excited because there's something magical that happens, right? There's something really magical that happens when you get in a room with amazing superhumans from like all over the planet. There's just something magical that happens, right? It's a magical experience. I think we all can agree on that. Like you start to pick things up when you're in rooms with other superhumans, right? You start to pick things up from them. You kind of start to mirror them, right? You start to emulate them. Like I remember my wife used to give me a little bit of grief because I would, depending on who I was talking to, if I was talking to somebody with a really slow Southern drawl, my speech patterns would slow down a little bit. If it was somebody who spoke a little bit faster, maybe Hispanic or Latino, my speech pattern would pick up a little bit, right? And my wife used to give me grief. She's like, what are you doing? Like, why is your voice changing a little bit? Why is your patterns changing? And it's like, honey, it's like an empathic thing. Like we emulate so that we can connect. It's natural. It's not something that I'm doing intentionally. It's just something that happens, something that we do as humans. It's this whole idea of monkey see, monkey do, right? Like we kind of emulate and we feed off one another. And we do that from the moment we're born until now. And literally this whole week, that's what we've been talking about. We've been in this series called Monkey See, Monkey Do. And it is a series talking about the fact that where our feet are planted, like where you were born, the people that you were born, that you grew up around, your environment, your friends, your circles, all of those things ultimately determine what you believe to be true about the world around you. Like it ultimately can determine how you believe or look at money. It ultimately can determine how you believe or look at faith. It ultimately can determine how you believe or look at other human beings. Crazy, right? It's crazy. So we've been talking about that all week, and we're going to continue to talk about that today because I'm going to give you three. I'm going to give you three things that you can do to maybe break out. Like if you realize that some of your belief systems are not serving you, like you're banging your head against the wall, you're struggling to get through to that next level in certain areas of your life, I'm going to give you three things that you can do today so that you can attack that, right? I'm going to give you three things that you can do today so you can break out of that if that's your jam. If your belief systems are serving you, you ain't need to break out of it. But if they're not, then today's the show for you. All right? Fair enough? Fair enough. Before we go too far, though, we got to do some dancing. Where's my music over there for my phone? There we go. Yeah, how's that sound? That sound good? All right, beautiful. We don't want to go too loud, though, because I got to talk over that. There you go. Y'all got that feel? Y'all got that New York feel? Come on now. Are y'all kidding me? For those of you that know, those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button. If you're over on Instagram, Facebook, share it out. If you're watching the replay, hit the share button. I appreciate that. If you're on Clubhouse, go ahead and hit that plus sign, bottom right-hand corner of your screen. I'm doing it right now. Plus, plus, plus. Come on and get in here. Plus, plus, plus. Plus, plus, plus. Get on in here. We got a great show for you today. Oop, I don't know if I should have invited him. Plus, plus, plus. Plus, plus, plus. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Right? Hit that plus button and get some folks up here in the room. This is also the part of the show where we need to get that body in motion. All right? We need to get that body in motion. If you're working out, if you're running right now, run a little bit harder. Come on. You can do it. If you're lifting some weights, lift it a little bit stronger. You got a little bit more. There's more there, as my boy Brian Binstock would say. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. All right? Hey, say good morning to me. I'll say good morning to you. Whether you're watching live, replay, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you're at, say what's up. I'll say what's up back. How you doing, April Johnson, the brand? Great to see you. What's up, Ava Hosting? Great to see you as well. I see we've got Trudy Stevens is up in here. Eileen Mitnick. What's up, Angela Heath? How you doing, Kim Wilson? Marcus Ellis. What up? Wes Storm's up in here. Melvin Rodriguez is up in here. My boy Doug Thurston's up in here dropping dollars on me. What's up, Migana? Migana NYC. You're here in New York City. Great to see you. What's up, Cal Major? I see Krista Bug and Racole Jackson. I see Greg Bancroft is up in here. Lolita Walker. You can't hear on Clubhouse. You should be able to hear on Clubhouse. Can you guys hear the music on Clubhouse? Flash your mic. Flash your mic if you can hear the music on Clubhouse. There we go, Laura. All right, cool. Thank you, Laura Wild. Appreciate you. I see Gail B. Craft. I see Rodney Rock Hatfield, Kimberly Harris. I see Evan Wise, Leisha Watts, Donna Hudson. We got Lydia Best and Greg Bancroft. What's up, Don Sankey up in here this morning? I love it. Can't hear. Yeah, you guys don't get sound over on Instagram. Sorry. Hi, Nepal. Great to see you. Gora Candle. Yeah, on Instagram. Man, they don't let me do all the fun stuff like they do on the other places. I also want to say good morning to Annette and Coco and Danielle. What's up, Evan? How you doing, Cheryl and Anthony and Melissa and Regina? What's up, Pamela and Taylor and Sheila and Eric? What's up, Sue and Pascal? We got L.A. Williams in the house. What's up, Cortland and Charlene? How you doing, Monica and Debbie and Doctor, who is that? Dr. Michelle Lappin. Great to see you. What's up, Samantha and Tarika and Ryan and Amir? We've got Deborah and Latrice and Brittany and Aaron and Kyle and Soul. And Gina Keys is up in here. Lewis is up in here. We've got Selena and Malcolm. Sam Insanity is in the building. What's up, Marcy? How you doing? We got Wendy and Patal. Crystal's up in here. Crystal Sicard. She's part of my team. She regretfully didn't get to join us in New York City this time. Don't be mad at me, Crystal. We still love you. I love this jam. I wish y'all could hear it over on Instagram too, because y'all probably think I'm crazy. All right, check it out. Last thing I want to share with you, and then I'm gonna give you these three things. I want to give a shout out to Dora Maria. That's right, Dora Maria. I believe she's here right now. I think I saw her on the stage. There she is. Dora Maria Abro. Girl, you're amazing. So I got here to New York City, and Dora had left a package for me here at my hotel room, and I popped it open, and it had like all these different charger cords in case I forgot a cord. She's got these extra outlets in case I needed extra outlets, and she also created these barcode Follow the Breakfast with Champions podcast stickers, and she gave me like hundreds of stickers. She gave me a New York City puzzle, which I freaking love. And so I just want to shout out to Dora. You've always served me so well, and I'm so thankful to be in your city, in your state, and what a welcome gift that you gave me. I really appreciated it. I also want to shout out, the second person I want to shout out this morning is I want to give a shout out to my friends over there at Fluzzletube. Now check this out. Solana Whitehead owns a company called Fluzzletube. And they sent me like a few months ago these Fluzzletubes. They are tubes that you float on in your pool that are shaped like puzzle pieces, and so they connect together, and it's amazing. My kids absolutely love them, and I just bought some more of them recently. Well, she had sent me a message because she's going to be on QVC today. They got like their big break today at 2 o'clock on QVC. They're going to be launching their product that they've been building, and they're just an incredible family-owned company. So if everybody would please, prayers out for my friend with Fluzzle tubes, F-L-U-Z-Z-L-E tubes. Prayers out for them that it goes well today on QVC and they launch to the next level with their business and in their life because they're amazing superhumans. All right, cool. We got all that out of the way. Good. All right, let's dive in. We got about 10 minutes. Let's rock and roll. You know, they say if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. They also say success leaves clues. Proximity is power. Love your family and choose your peers. You see, this week we've been talking about monkey see, monkey do, right? Monkey see, monkey do. And it's literally all about how where your feet are planted, the environments that you're in, the rooms that you get in, the people that you're around, the place that you were raised, the history and tradition, you know, of your people, all of that. The place that you're planted ultimately does determine your belief system of how the world works around you. Your outlook on life, your perception of money, your perception of opportunity, your perception of other human beings. It's all determined and curated and crafted over time by the people, the places, and the things that you experience in your life. So when this is serving you, it's great, right? When like your life is elevating, you're breaking through to new levels, you're achieving higher, you feel more purposeful and more impactful, this is great when it's serving you. When it's not serving you, it's the most difficult thing, or can be a very difficult thing for you to break out of. And so how do you do that? How do you break out when you realize your belief systems are not currently serving you? That's what I'm going to give you right now. I'm going to give you 3 things. Number 1, the first thing that you can do in order to break out if your belief systems are not currently serving you. And here's what I mean by that. Like you're not feeling fulfilled in the areas of faith, fitness, finance, your friends, your family, your career, your mentality, right? How you feel about yourself. If you're not like vibrating at a high level in all those areas, there may be some things that are blocking you and that are in the way. So number 1, the first thing that you can do to break out of belief systems that are not currently serving you, the first thing that you can do is ask questions. You see, I don't know if you knew this or not, but when you ask a question, it actually activates the entire brain. Your entire brain gets activated when you ask a question, and it releases serotonin. It actually allows the mind the brain to completely relax. And this causes you to now gather intelligence in all areas of the brain. Did you know that? This process of you relaxing the brain and allowing you to gather intelligence through the whole brain, not just the front brain, back of the brain, but the whole brain, allows more insight than answering a question ever could. Simply asking questions will make you smarter, not only because you're absorbing the response, but actually the action of asking a question stretches the elasticity of your brain and opens up new ideas, possibilities, opportunities, all of those things. So I'm going to challenge you to ask more questions. Now, we tend to do the opposite as human beings, right? We shy back. Like I remember the first time being in a room with the big wigs, right? Like the big dog. And I'm like, I don't even know if I'm supposed to be in this room. And then I got a question, but I'm like, I'm not going to ask a question, right? I remember feeling that. I can sympathize with you if you're like, man, I'm not, I don't like raising my hand. I'm telling you, got to ask more questions so you can break out of some of these things. Number 2 is I need you to do a self-audit. I need you to do a self-audit. I want you to ask yourself, here's what I want you to do. I want you to write down on a scale of 1 to 10. My friend Danelle Delgado does this with y'all all the time. She was in Breakfast with Champions yesterday. She'll be here. She is here in New York City today. She does this all the time. So I want you to write down on a scale of 1 to 10. I want you to grade yourself in each of these areas. All right. So faith, scale of 1 to 10, write it down. Fitness, scale of 1 to 10, write it down. Finances, scale of 1 to 10, write it down. Friends, scale of 1 to 10, write it down. Family, scale of 1 to 10, write it down. Your career, scale of 1 to 10, write it down. Career is different than finances, by the way. And then self, scale of 1 to 10, write it down. How do you feel mentally, right? Like how are you feeling about yourself? When you look in the mirror, are you okay with who you are and what you're doing with your life, right? Scale of 1 to 10. Now, once you've got those numbers written down, 1 to 10 in each, I want you to review those numbers. And then here's what I want you to do, okay? I want you to adjust. And I want you to look at the numbers you just wrote down. And what if a 6, where you wrote a 6, what if that's really a 2? Like, what if you're wrong? What if you gave yourself a 6, but you're wrong? What if where you wrote down a 9 is actually a 5? Like, what if your evaluation of self is driven by your experiences in the past and your belief system, and it doesn't necessarily serve you best, and there's actually more there? Maybe you think you're doing great at finances. You're like, you know what? I'm an 8 at finances. I'm making $90,000 a year, and my bills are paid, right? I'm great at finances. Maybe, just maybe, that's a limited belief system about money. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's great for you. But what I'm saying is maybe there's more there. If 90K a year is great, how about 90K a month? What would that do? What would that unlock in you, right? If you say, yeah, I spend a little bit of time on my spiritual, I consider myself, a 6. I consider myself a 6 when it comes to my faith. Well, maybe you could dive in a little bit deeper. Maybe there's some more classes you could take. Maybe there's a book that you could read, the number 1 best-selling book of all time, that could take you and expand that to where now you're walking in it every day. Just saying, there might be more there. So the first thing you can do is ask questions. Second thing you can do is self-audit, and then take those numbers that you wrote down and say, maybe those numbers are wrong, and adjust. And the third thing I'm going to share with you, I'm running through these fast because I talked too much in the beginning because I was excited, and I am excited to be here in New York City. Darian, are you here? Is he listening? Flash that mic. He ain't listening. Yeah, he's flashing it. Are you here? Flash the mic if you're here. Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Number 3, write down your beliefs about your current situation. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to look at your current situation. Maybe it's a relationship that you just got out of, right? Or maybe it's maybe there's a bill that's due, you're wondering how you're going to pay it. Or maybe it's a job that you're in and you're feeling a little bit stuck. Or maybe it's your relationship with your spouse and things necessarily haven't been, you're kind of out of that honeymoon stage. You're not real sure where that's going. Or maybe it's your entrepreneur, you're a new business owner, and you're looking at it and it's kind of scary and you're not really sure, and you had this idea and it's not necessarily panning out exactly the way that you thought. I want you to take the situation you are in your life right now. Take a look around. Right? Here's what's crazy. The miracle's always in what's left. So I want you to take a look around, and I want you to write down your current beliefs about your current situation. Whose fault is it that you're in the position you're in right now? What happened that put you in the position that you're in right now? Maybe you got hit by a car. Somebody rear-ended you, and now you're screwed, right? Now you got to pay the thing. They didn't have the insurance or whatever, right? But I want you to write down, based on your current situation, that thing that's tugging in your heart, that thing that's bothering you the most, that struggle that you're dealing with right now. I want you to write it down. Your current belief system about that, right? Write down the current situation, and then I want you to exit out. I want you to write it down, and then I want you to exit out. And I want you to say, you know what? I am no longer going to allow that belief system to limit or to keep me from being able to achieve the highest levels of success, the highest levels of purpose, the highest levels of impact, the highest levels of greatness. But see, you have to go through this process. You got to write it down, because when you write it down, what will end up happening is you're going to start to see where your ideas and beliefs are starting to weave into the narrative, that are starting to weave into the story, and you can start to identify areas and opportunities for growth in your world and in your life. And here's what I need from you, and this is why I'm sharing these things with you. You see, you, my friend, my sister, my brother, I believe are a child of God, the God of the universe. I believe that we both are, and that God has called us, challenged us, and created opportunities for us to be the absolute best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be. Now, you can't be the best version of yourself if you're ultimately holding on to limited belief systems. You can't be the best version of yourself if you still believe that ultimately you are a victim to other people's actions or opportunities. You cannot become the best version of yourself until you start to self-audit in the 7 main pillars of your life, and you can't you can't become the best version of yourself until you start asking more questions. You feel me? You feel me? Listen, I love you, my friend. I do. I absolutely stinking love you. If nobody's told you that yet today, I want to be the first. And so out of love, take these 3 steps. Take a look around. You might need to start getting yourself in different rooms, but start asking some questions. Do my current belief systems, are they serving me? Are they serving me in the area of my family, my faith, my fitness, my friends, my finances? Are they serving me when it comes to my career choice? Is it serving me when I come to how I look at myself in the mirror and the words that I say to myself and the way that I speak to myself? Is all of that purposeful and impactful? Am I becoming, am I growing, am I evolving into the best version of myself that I can possibly be? Or am I letting some of my belief systems hold me back and make me think that I'm less than? Those are the questions that I want you to ask yourself today. Pew, 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 pew. We're going to go talk about this a little bit more over on Clubhouse for a little bit. So you're welcome to come join us over there if you'd like. Otherwise, if you need more videos like this, you can go to GlennLundy.com. We got tons of them up there, 940 something or so on and so forth. So you're welcome to go check that out. Worst case scenario, not worst case. Well, worst case scenario, you can come back here again tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We'll do it all over again. Best case scenario, jump in a car or jump on a plane and bring your butt to New York City, and I'll see you here in a little bit. Fair enough? Fair enough. All right, I'm going to let y'all go. Get out of here. Let's do this.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. Hashtag rise and grind, hashtag rise and grind.